To serve great food is to create memories for your customers.
But it takes more than luck.
It takes consistency, creativity, and the drive to see things through.
And every day, the stakes are high, which means it's time to stand up
from your computer and start getting real. To own your kitchen is to own your bottom line.
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world. And now...
This is the real world.
And now is the time to foodify your business.
All right, Scott, here we go. Here's another. Now, this, I kind of feel like I invented, but I do see it on menus other places.
Okay, so it's
Right.
your take, but
I guess it's everybody's take. I'm taking credit for it, whether people like it or not. All right? And I gave it a good name, too.
I can't wait. Those last couple of weeks, you had some really creative names,
I get creative, is what I do.
You did have some people, email in some different names. There could
And
be
I
a
like
name,
them.
There could be a name change.
Right now, for a couple of them, especially the red wine one, we got some really good ones. My favorite one was Vino pork chop. Why not? Why didn't I think of that? What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Right? Because Vino is Italian for wine.
Makes sense.
Vino pork chop. I was like, wow, I like that one. But I didn't think of it, but I might be using that one. But this one's simple. Cherry pepper pork chop. Because it's made with cherry peppers. It's made with the vinegar from the jar of the cherry pepper.
Okay.
But this is very simple to make. And people do this, you'll see it with chicken, you can do it with fish, same thing, do with anything.
Cool.
Okay?
Oh, we're gonna stay on our line. We did this right.
Because I want you to have this item in and use it multiple ways.
Yeah.
By just buying a few ingredients. Look at this, look at the ingredients. You got garlic, you got
you have
onions.
onions. Maybe you're bringing a jar. Maybe you're bringing a case of that.
It depends what kind of restaurant you are.
Maybe.
If you're Italian, you have
You probably have it already.
Right? I know some Spanish restaurants have these.
So
Right?
maybe,
So they have it. Maybe bring that in. And if you are, it's not the end of the world.
Oh, so you gotta, maybe you have pork chop, maybe you didn't. You're bringing that in.
Right.
You're bringing two ingredients in
Exactly.
for a whole entree dish that you could try
You
on a
can't beat
special
it.
menu.
Right.
No.
You can't beat it. But I'm going to do the same thing with these, okay? I'm just
Right,
gonna
so
give-
last time we scored
Right.
all of them.
Right? Just do 3 of them.
I like that.
Three little scores on them. This way they don't, what?
Well, they
Let's
don't,
see
they
if you
don't,
learn.
they don't curl up. We had the
curl
ones
up.
last week. They didn't curl up. They look great.
They look
came
great. They
out,
stood flat.
Yep.
Right? So you learned
So
something.
it worked. Last week worked, right? The
Worked.
technique works.
Right. You don't have to do this with the boneless. I found the boneless,
They stay a little flatter.
they do, yeah. But you can't get the flavor from the bone in the boneless that you get from this side. So I end up having it of the bone in. Right? Both sides, as always. You see these on one side, you're doing it wrong. These can come up high. Good coverage. Okay? Alright, they're going to sit there for a little bit. Like I said, I like to let them hang out. Right? I got my garlic. Take care of the onions. You don't want them too thick, you want them thin.
Like an 1/8 inch maybe? Is that?
Yeah. You want to go nice and thin. So, onions and garlic are ready. We're going to start with pork chops. So we're going to fry the pork chops 2 to 3 minutes aside. Again, we're going to take them out.
Okay.
We're going to do the onions and the garlic together.
Okay.
We're going to add the pork chop back in. Then we're going to go with the vinegar. We're going to let that simmer up to 10 minutes.
All right.
6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, all fine.
Got it.
If you can let it simmer for 10, let it simmer.
Cool.
All right?
Sounds like a pretty quick dish
All
again.
right. Here we go. All right, Scott, so the pan's getting hot. We got
Yep.
the oil. Get it in. It needs to heat up another minute or two.
Okay.
I need to start, when you start seeing it separate, you know it's ready. So we're starting to see a little bit of that in there. So I still want to give it another minute before I put a pork
Alright.
chop in. All right, so we have these cherry peppers. And you pull these out. Tap the seeds out.
Seeds out,
Get the
alright.
seeds out, right? You don't want the seeds. You can buy these already in rings.
Got it. I feel like I've seen more.
Yeah, I prefer this.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to do that. I'm going to get the pork chops in. And we're going to continue to do all these. The recipe, I say 7, but it depends on the size of them. These are really small, so
Yeah.
you need more than 7. All right? So that's up to you. All right, let me get these in. Yeah, baby, we're ready.
Nice sizzle.
There you go. Sizzling. Look how nice. Look at them pork chops. That's the thing of beauty. We're good to go right there. We're going to keep working on these. Hang out and enjoy yourself. Maybe Scott's got something to say. I don't know. I'm going to be concentrating here.
You're gonna be doing some work.
Yeah.
Now, are these gonna be pretty spicy, or if you left the seeds in, would that add spice to it? Or
It don't matter with these.
okay,
It don't matter if you leave them in, take them out. It don't matter. Some people will run them under the spigot to get the seeds. I'm not going to do that.
I feel like you're not into the shortcuts of that. Yeah,
No, I'll try to get as much seeds out that I can. But, you know, it depends on the peppers. They're going to be spicy now. Maybe. These usually are. Well, these are called hot cherry peppers. You're not going to get a mild one.
right.
They have mild ones. This is not the mild.
Good. Well, hey, the pork chop we had a couple weeks ago had a little spice in it. They were delicious. So,
This is going to be a little more spicy.
okay.
But if you don't want to eat the pepper, don't eat it. The flavor's going to be in there.
But hotter or not than the long hots that you usually use?
Oh, it could be as hot as a long
All
hot or
right.
hotter.
Okay.
Oh, it could pass a long hot. Don't worry about that. It could pass a long
I
hot.
know you like to see if I,
It has passed a long hot, matter of fact.
I think it's going to be a good, that third addition to the menu that we gave a couple other options the last couple of weeks was pork. Again, we said you could use any protein, but
Right. All right, we're going to continue doing this. We'll see you when we're ready over there. All right, Scott, so here we go. Here, take a look.
we got the pork out.
Pork chops are done, nice and brown. We're going to let them rest over here. Same thing, too. In a restaurant, you could get them that far and then go with this at service. All right? So here we go. We got our oil going still. Same oil the pork chops were in. We're going to saute the onions. Not frying, not caramelizing. Saute. We're going to get some garlic in there.
So it was similar last week, right? That week.
We get garlic in there. It's, you never want to fry these during this. You just want to saute them. Totally different flavor frying the saute.
Okay.
Okay. Get them all moved around the oil. And I'm turn it down a little bit. Like I said, don't want it to fry. I'm going to saute. I'm going to salt and pepper them. Now. Salt. Season the layers. Season the pork chops. Got to season what's going to be around it now.
Bring out those flavors of every ingredient.
There you go. Here's our cherry peppers I was working on. I got as much seed out as I could. Looks pretty good. Again, you can buy them already sliced round. I feel like that's a little cheap. And I like this pepper better when it's whole and it soaks up the vinegar.
Okay.
I like that better. So we gotta let this go for a few. Because we want these to get nice and soft before the pork chops go back in. I will let them go. So, again, 3 weeks in a row, I stumped you. You couldn't put your professor hat on.
I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago that, hey, it's probably the number one protein in the world eaten, right? I mean,
They say.
but like you said, it's been around a long time. I think, your recipes are a little bit different than, they've come a long way from the cured meat of past, as we talked about,
Right.
because they didn't have refrigeration and they need to keep their meat well. And
Yeah. All makes sense,
I
right?
also think we've seen more and more get added to more menus than just, Italian or barbecue, things that you're used to it. We're seeing it more on the American,
Well, I'll tell you-
casual dining
Yeah,
restaurants.
and I'll tell you something else. I remember, way back when, nobody would eat pork unless it was well done.
Right. Well, I was so scared of the temperature
Of
having
pork.
to be a certain,
Right.
right?
That today's totally different. People eat medium.
Right.
You don't go medium rare, no. But you
Yeah.
go medium. I like it medium.
Yeah.
But that's a big difference than
Right.
years ago. And I think it's made pork better because unless you were doing like I know for us an Italian pork roast,
Yeah.
the pork's usually dry.
Right.
Because everybody had a tendency to overcook it.
Right.
A good chef can hit it spot on. Just like we had the pork chops and boneless ones week one, that was a perfect medium.
Yeah.
Last week we braised it, so it's a little different, right?
Right.
But it's not going to get dry because it's braised,
Yeah.
right? That's the difference.
And I think the restaurants can understand it's okay that not every guest that comes to your restaurant wants pork. That's fine. I'm not. It's no different than any other menu item. You know, I think that, you know, or for some bigger companies, yeah, do we sell as much pork than chicken? Of course not. Do we sell as much pork as steaks? No. But there were people that really liked a couple of the signature pork dishes we had.
I'm going to tell you, pork has really,
yeah,
on menus, definitely on menus. I would say steak and pork's pretty even.
Well, I think
Chicken is dominating, of course, because
right.
the health factor people
Yeah.
think about.
Right.
But pork sells just as much steaks. Let's obviously take the steakhouses out.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
I'm saying a menu that has chicken, steak, and pork.
Right.
Pork will sell as much as steak.
And I think we just had some regulars though that really appreciated a couple of the signature pork dishes we had
Right.
because they couldn't go to a lot of places and
And
get
get
like
it.
a really good pork dish.
Right. Exactly.
That was, you know, like the things that you're making now, like a very, you know, upgraded, really good,
Right.
you know, flavorful meal, not just some random plain pork chop on a plate
Exactly.
with spinach under it. You know what I mean?
So here's what you're going to do now. We're there. These are nice and soft.
Okay.
I don't want to mush it.
Right.
A little bite's nice.
All right.
Okay? Because they're still going to
Good
cook a little
texture.
bit.
We're gonna get nice texture there.
Yeah, now you can sit these right on top of them. Just like that. A little press down, right? Take this, press it down, get it in there. Don't ever let that juice go to waste. That's all the flavor. So they got that. Pork chops are back in. I'm going to turn this up a little bit because I like when the vinegar goes in and it steams.
Okay.
It adds flavor,
Yeah.
right? So we're getting it nice and hot there. Vinegar's room temperature. Now this vinegar came right out of the cherry pepper jar. But now I want to steam this in there. See how the steam starts coming up? That's what I want. Now we go with the cherry pepper. Get them all in there. All right. Move these around. This is coming to a good boil. I'm going to let this simmer right up here.
Okay.
This is going to simmer over here. Like I said, 5 to 10 minutes, whatever you have time for it. Again, this is a great, outstanding do a family meal night. Right? I'm not saying you have to do it every night, especially but do it Wednesday night, do it Sunday. Right? And do family meals that you're given portions like this.
Right.
It really goes far. This is a great catering.
Yeah.
We taught all this last 3 weeks, all great catering items.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So I'm gonna let this go because we got time. I'm gonna let this go for 5 full minutes on this side. Then I'm gonna flip them because I want to. Because I want both sides to get it.
Yeah.
Right? You know how I feel about putting that extra, the extra step in there of love, the extra ingredient that some people just don't have. But this looks good like this. I don't base it or anything.
All right.
I'll move them around a little bit just because I have like a nervous twitch. But other than that, I don't know if that's doing anything, but it always comes good. But that's it. So we're gonna let this go for a few minutes, and we'll see you with the finished product. All right, Scott.
It's almost time.
Pork chops is done.
I can smell it.
Cherry pepper pork chops.
right.
Now look, you gotta be careful here. A little spicy.
Can I grab my bottle of water or something?
I think maybe you want. Although water doesn't help, but water just spreads it through your mouth. You put them on bread. I get a piece of bread.
Ah, we got bread.
We
We got bread.
There you go. We always got bread.
All right, good.
We always got bread.
So that will. All right.
All right.
Let's
so
do
just
this.
in
Let's
case.
try it out.
All right. But you don't have to pepper if you don't want. It's still the flavor's still going to be in there, and it's still
Okay.
going to be a little spicy. It's got to warn you.
I do appreciate the warning, but I gotta go. I can't not try.
All right. I don't want you to, ruin your day.
That ruined my
But
day.
I want to show it to the camera there.
Look at
That's
that.
what
It looks
like.
too good not to try. Where does it rank on to a jalapeno? How about that?
Hey, you don't know.
You don't know. It's a
With
surprise.
these,
So it's
honestly,
surprise heat. A
honestly,
mystery heat.
a long hot is a surprise.
Okay.
Right? And jalapenos are too.
Okay.
Some are okay, some ain't hot, some are friggin' hot.
Yeah.
Right? Long hot too. Long hot, same thing. You get a long hot that, it could ruin your stomach for a week. These are always hot. Because they're pickled, they're kind of made to be hot.
Yeah.
Right? But, it's a totally different flavor than jalapeno. It's a totally different flavor than a long hot.
Okay.
It's a great flavor. I love them. These go great with cheesesteaks.
Really? All right.
So you ever go to cheesesteak shop, there's a bucket of them. You help yourself and take them out of the window. They got them there.
It's cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be.
Yeah. So plate this is simple.
Okay.
Again, I usually do this with a vegetable or a rice. But again, go to my go-to. You do polenta, do mashed potato.
Right. You like.
Yeah, you could do that. just go on the plate on top of whatever it was that we were going to serve. And make sure you get some onions because those onions take up a lot of flavor in there. I always make sure I got a red pepper on
I like
top.
the color contrast.
Right?
I know
Always
when
make
you're
sure
doing
I got
it. Yep.
one there. I like to get some of the vinegar. You don't need a ton of it, but you want to get some of it. Make sure it's got good flavor. The vinegar goes a long way. That's it. A little more of the juice. Put this back over here. This is optional, for you. I like to go a little scallion. If you have parsley, go parsley. You could go basil. I like to go a little scallion because it adds a different flavor. Dish. All right, there you go. That's your dish. That's your cherry pepper pork chop. Most important thing. We cooked it. Is it good?
We'll soon find out.
Well, that's what we're all here for. Make sure I give you a pepper with it, Scott.
All right, let's see.
Again, you don't have to eat it. If you're scared.
He's got a disclaimer on the bottom.
All right, I'm getting this pepper for Catherine too.
All right.
She don't have to eat it, You scared? What did I say? If you're scared, get a dog. All right. Let's dig in and see. I know what I'm going to think of. It's not even a question. This is one of my favorite meals of all time.
Wow. I'll try. I'll do the first bite without pepper. I want to get the flavor. I'm not going to risk it. That's good flavor. And here's the thing, without the pepper, I get some heat.
Okay. Oh, you do?
Right? It's not like unbearable.
Right.
But it's a little heat.
There's heat. As I say, you don't need the pepper. The pepper needs to be in the dish.
You put it on there.
But if you're not a big spice person, don't eat the pepper. You'll be able to eat the dish. Just don't eat the pepper. My wife, every now and then she'll eat the pepper, but she usually just moves them to the side and eats whatever protein I made with it. And in the restaurant, it's the same thing. Like you would see that a lot with a lot of people. They love the dish so much, but some would say, don't even put the peppers on it. Like cook it
in the pepper.
and then we send it out. I would get the
So I
tons.
just added my bite of pepper.
Right.
It was a little hot.
They're hot.
Not bad. I think you were
I was
really
revving
revving it up. So I was kind of
Right.
really prepared for the.
But you got a pepper that was just hot. There are some.
It could. Right. It's no guarantee that.
I have got heat cups from them that are uncontrollable.
Wow.
But I keep eating it. See, once
Yeah.
you get a hot pepper and you start getting a heat cup, you should stop.
You're not letting that just go.
No, I'm not losing. I'm winning that battle. But yeah, this is one of my favorite dishes. I like it better with pork than chicken,
Yeah.
but it's good with chicken too. I don't like braising chicken. That's my thing. I like to sear a chicken and you're done. I don't like to braise the chicken because chicken's just hard to braise because if you're not going to braise it for hours,
Right.
it kind of dries out in my opinion.
Got it.
Where pork, you don't need to braise it that long.
Just
And
like that little
this is so
extra time,
tender.
just-
Last week, the red wine pork chop
Yeah.
was so tender.
Right.
Right? It was so tender. You could cut it with a fork.
Oh yeah. No, it was great. It was good. It was just about enough heat. It was just the right amount.
Right.
It's a spicy dish, but people like spicy, so that's okay.
Well, no, people love spicy, but I love this dish for people that don't, because you still can eat it. Just don't eat the. I'm warning you, don't eat the peppers.
Well, like you said, if you know that you want a milder version, then use the mild peppers like you brought up. It's not that you couldn't.
They
do
sell
that.
them mild.
Right.
If you want to have both in your restaurant,
Right.
and give the option, you can do
That's
that.
up to you.
You know, that's your call. But this is a really popular dish in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I like it. It's great.
You know, everybody makes it. They make all different versions of it.
Yeah.
But I love it. You know, I'd love a better name for it because nobody. I guess we're not that creative because this doesn't have a better name.
Right.
Everybody will tell you cherry pepper chicken, cherry pepper pork chop. Can we do better than that? Can someone help us? I don't know.
Right.
I would love a better name, but you know, thanks for joining us. And remember, all our recipes from this one all the way back to our very first episode, which was what?
Hold on, it's fresh versus frozen, and it had to be burger.
Well, not podcast.
Oh, sorry, not the original non-video.
Right,
podcast.
right. Not just the sound ones. But the very first one was cheesesteak.
Was cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm wrong. It was pizza. Very first one was pizza. Yeah.
Without video?
Without video was pizza. Yeah, I made all the pizzas.
I don't know. We're gonna need to go to the video
we'll go
replay
look.
because
I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you.
know.
I'm
I'm sticking with the burger.
Okay, I'm telling you, it was pizza, and I made all the pizzas at home and brought them up to the office.
I remember that. No,
Yeah.
I remember it, but I
And we
don't
did the
think it
taste
was.
test.
Was it first though? It was early
It was
on.
first. It was our very first. I'm going to stick with. You stick with yours.
I'm
I'll
gonna
stick with
stick with
mine. I'm saying
burgers.
pizza. Everybody go and take a look because they're listed in order.
Listed, so it's
And they're dated.
Yeah, they're dated, so
So we know.
Tell.
We know. But everything all the way back to the pizza, to how you make the dough, how you make the pizza gravy, to everything. All the way back, every recipe's on there. Listen, if there's something you want to put on your menu and you really don't know a recipe for it, ask me. I got thousands of recipes.
He does.
You know, and like I always say too, they all come from somewhere.
Right,
No,
right.
you know, everybody worries about, well, that person. Everybody does. Just do it. You know.
I mean, yeah, everyone has a burger, chicken parm.
Yeah,
You don't open a restaurant and not put that on
Right,
because
right, 'cause
oh, they
somebody
have
else
chicken
is-
parm
right,
on their menu.
right. Just do it. And you know what? Some of these recipes, like I told you, that we cook on here, I learned places.
Yeah.
I use one from Brooke Shields. If it's good, it's good. It don't matter. You know, so that's
this
it.
was a fun few weeks with the pork. I think
Yeah.
it's a great thing that, you know, it's great as because we always will push the LTOs,
Yeah.
the specials. I
Right.
mean, bring in pork, do Friday night one, Saturday night the other, and Sunday night. You have 3 different options on the same pork if you want to go that route.
You bring the pork in and you make all 3 options.
Yeah.
This way, that pork is being used. That pork's going out the door, right? And again, family style, catering. That is an avenue you have to tap into. It's there. You could add basically a whole new business inside your business.
Yeah.
If you want to run with catering and do a family, like do it one night a week. Well, everything's family. Not everything's family meal.
Right, you have
but you
some options.
offer it, right? You have options. You offer. Do a nice pasta dish and do a pork chop dish.
Well, I think these, we talk a lot about like the to go and cater on that. I just feel like they, you know, well, we brought some home a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They travel a little better than like a steak would travel. I'm not a steak
Well,
traveling
they don't.
person, right?
No, a steak
Where
you gotta
these
eat.
travel pretty
This
well.
travels
You don't
fine.
lose a lot.
And I'm
on
going to
that.
tell you why. Because they're braised.
Right, okay.
Okay, we're braising them in the liquid. You're going to get some travel time out.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do steak pizza Iola.
Wow, sounds
All right,
good.
so that's braised, and this is steak. It's going to be braised for a little bit.
Okay.
So that travels
So it's
well.
still, but right. You're just not going to get, you know, I have to get burgers,
Right.
strips. Some just don't. It's like, it wouldn't be something I would order to go.
Right. There's some things that are not to go food.
Right.
Right. This is something that is.
Yeah.
Right. And it's great for catering. It's great to do a family night. All right. So check out our website. You know, sign up for one of our calls. Get on a call with us. We're here to help. We want to be part of your business. We want to help you succeed. Remember one thing. Foodify by the Largo Group is your go-to group for all restaurant operations. Use us. We're here for you. Scott, till next time.
Till next time, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.